10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Hello again. Yes,
Radiant
exciting
team
game
pick.
3. And already quite interesting. Vega actually first picked the Coral here. Can't help but feel this is kind of like a, you know, you pick the Coral and now we're gonna take it. We're gonna
10
show you how
seconds
it's played.
remaining.
Like just a bold first pick.
I think a lot of teams have been picking the card.
No, of course.
Maybe that is.
Their hero, but still.
Oh, they took the Knicks. Your assumption was, I think, was correct.
Pretty standard response from Colin, Rubix. It could even be
10
a
seconds
support
remaining.
Knicks. I mean, as you mentioned, Colin like their somewhat unusual supports, and
5 seconds remaining.
like the one downside of support Knicks is the Impel is a bit unreliable, but he's roaming together with the Rubik. You have lift into Impel. Makes for easy kills. But I mean, most likely will be the
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Ditchera Lycan again. Second pick too. That's very ambitious.
I mean, one thing I can already see is like the 5-man healing potential of like the Lycan with the Howl and
10
the.
seconds remaining.
Or obviously, Howl is more effective during the nighttime. Illuminate more
5
effective during the
seconds
daytime. It can be a weakness or strength depending on how you look at it. You know,
Reserve time.
they have like some bonus in both night and day, but they don't have their full strength in either. But yeah, bottom line, they can like really well. And
They can just destroy. I'm telling you. I really thought that Lycan is, you know, he's a push hero. It's just the same old Lycan and everything, but
Dire
Ditchera
team
showed me
ban.
wrong. He
Well-
had such an amazing game on Lycan.
one of the big weaknesses I would say of Lycan is laning stage. It can be punished quite hard by some offlaners, Timbersaw or
10
Tide Hunter.
seconds remaining.
And because of this first pick Nyx by Cloud9, if it is an
5
offlane Nyx,
seconds
like
remaining.
obviously he can't really pressure the Lycan at all on his own. And even if they do decide to run
Reserve time.
some Nyx and pick one of those offlaners, like a Tide or a Timber, both of them get somewhat countered by the Coral, who can just choose to steal early mana leak in that case. And basically render them useless. And not just in the lane stage, like mana leak is extremely good against Timber, all stages of the game. So yeah, good opener by Vega. Another nice thing, like synergy between the Coral and the Lycan is that Lycan obviously outside of his ultimate,
Radiant team ban.
he's quite low, no mobility spells, not great at moving around the map. You don't really want to get boots of travel early, and that's where the Coral recall is really nice to just hey, you want to push this lane, you know, Lycan storming, get here, and then he's just hitting
10
the tower
seconds
3 seconds
remaining.
later.
I told you, I love Coddle.
5
You don't have to
seconds
convince me.
remaining.
I'm totally sold on the Coddle team every time. It didn't work out the last
Reserve
game,
time.
but he's just a fun hero to play, and he brings so
Dire
much
team
to the
ban.
team in all senses. I would see if they pick something that goes like really well with Chakram. Not sure what that is. Do you think they're gonna go for the Invoker route again?
10 seconds
There's
remaining.
a chance, but I doubt it a little bit because
Radiant
I
team
don't really
pick.
need that heavy late game. And also, a big thing when looking at drafts is to always keep in mind the stun counter. So far, Cloud9 have 2 stuns, 3 good ones, and Vega have 0 stuns. And obviously, we saw what happened like last
10
game,
seconds
Cloud9, 0
remaining.
stuns in their entire lineup, and that didn't work out too well
5 seconds
when it came to
remaining.
actually taking fights. So there are ways to make a no stun lineup work, but
Reserve time.
generally you want to be safe, especially in game 3. You don't want to go all out. You want to have like a somewhat balanced draft. You gotta have a couple stuns, so you actually have ways to like pick your targets in fights, lock important heroes down, etc.
And this third pick for Cloud9, it feels like it's gonna be really important because they have to show something now. Like they either show that this Nyx is support, and you think if it's not a support that they're gonna
Reserve
pick a support and not. Okay, no, that is it.
Yeah, they show
Dire
that it's
team pick.
actually doesn't. I might be mistaken, but I think I've seen Ace play safe lane Centaur.
I think it was
So-
when the disgusting Manta works on
Yeah,
building with
yeah.
return kind of thing happened.
Well, the
10
return worked
seconds
illusions. I
remaining.
guess since then maybe he hasn't.
Yeah, I think they
5 seconds
he
remaining.
played it after, I'm pretty sure. And still he does the same on center. I don't know if it's as viable. Like center is so strong just as
I
an
mean, it
offlaner.
might still work. We'll see. And again, like it could be that they also haven't decided yet. They want to keep their draft, at least their lanes, like keep them so also that Vega can't just see their entire plan and adjust accordingly. And that's again one of the downsides of I mean, you can play mid, but he's pretty much always on the safe lane, and Lycan plus a support. It is like Koro will obviously be on the offlane most likely. They haven't shown their lane support yet. But because one of the things you definitely want to avoid doing is like your safe lane carry as well as the safe lane support in the first phase,
Radiant
because then it
team
just shows and it's easy to counter. So Clockwork, there we go, that's what I was talking about. Like now they have some solid catch, quite a bit of stun coming out from this hero. None of the stuns are like super long or reliable, but he has a lot of them,
10 seconds
Pushback, like
remaining.
Cog, like area denial, bunch of mini stuns and the hook shot.
5 seconds remaining.
Great hero for catching. Really good against
Dire
Centaur
team
especially.
pick.
I can't believe they went with the PA. I was
Instant PA.
actually thinking about it before the Centaur. I was like, are they gonna just go for like Ace PA, one of their classics? And I was like, but it's how does that match? Like PA versus Lycan?
Radiant team
Quick
ban.
SF pickup. So, now against Lycan, it's decent because you're actually able to somewhat keep up with him. And obviously, like Lycan is all on right clicks, so PA's evasion there.
10 seconds remaining.
They didn't need a damage here, obviously, because it does look like
5
next Rubik
seconds remaining.
supports. Those are supports that don't have that much burst. I mean, they have some dukes, obviously, it's okay. But they're more like stun heavy together with the Centaur, so you want the core that actually deals the deeps.
But now that you
No.
know that it's gonna be a Shadow Fiend, he's gonna have that great advantage with having some early souls. What do you put up against that?
Yeah, that's the thing, like Cloud9 have pick for their mid.
Can they do
I
mid
mean-
PA?
It is Cloud9, yeah, I was gonna say, like, we shouldn't put it past them to run something like I don't know, yeah, mid PA, safe lane Centaur, offlane Nyx, and then pick some crazy position 4, like, could happen.
Doom.
But yeah, whatever it is that they play against the Seth, it's not gonna be easy. Because yeah, like because he starts with all the souls, and actually on the other hand, thing is,
Dire team ban.
Coral probably wants to be with the Clockwork, right, on the offlane. That's what you usually do with Coral. Go with your offlaner, and that means there's gonna be one support left, and he needs to help both Lycan and SF. Now, SF is a hero that
10
definitely needs help on the
seconds
lane, because if he's completely alone, it's really easy to just
5
like,
seconds
roam on him
remaining.
and kill him. But then, of course, helping the SF, then Lycan is alone. And Lycan is
Reserve
alone,
time.
he's not gonna have the greatest time against
Dire team
presumably
pick.
Centaur. So I'm curious to see like how this laning is gonna pan out. But the last picks,
Maybe it's
I mean,
a
I
4 position
imagine
clock.
Vega are gonna pick Roamer.
I don't know if Vega did it though. A lot of teams run it before, but I
10
think
seconds
Vega
remaining.
not one of them.
Sure.
Dog support.
5 seconds remaining.
Block support, yeah, but for this game, it's a bit more sense to have him
Reserve time.
on the offlane.
Yeah.
Worth pointing out though, that Clock is
10 seconds remaining.
not so great against PA Rubik, but he's really nice against Nyx and
Radiant team pick.
me a Bane, okay. So not it's a decent roamer, but it's more like a lane winning support. Like Vega have their tools, all they need is now like to basically win their lanes, or like at least get what they need out of the
10
lanes, and then
seconds remaining.
Bane also gives them some solid catch for later on in the game, which
5
could be useful
seconds
because again,
remaining.
like SF Lycan, Coddle, 0 stuns, the Clock use a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be TA mid, center offlane.
I mean, they don't have any great ways of dealing with the TA. Like, no built-in TA counter.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, it depends. Like, the first few levels are gonna be a bit rough. Again, that's where SF's big advantage is. As TA gets points in the refraction and stuff, especially when TA approaches 6, that's where it gets a little bit scary for SF. Like, you need to have sentries to
10
deal with the
seconds
traps,
remaining.
or you might just...
5
Quick
seconds
little
remaining.
mechanic to point out is that, if I've mentioned this before, maybe with you, but when clockworking TA, like if you cancel the refraction, so that's a way to actually catch the TA. Because if without Orb of Venom, he can just blink out of the cogs after getting hookshotted. Refraction, but yeah.
Oh, right. Orb of Venom cancels the blink anyway or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, curious to see if Mag picks that up. But on the other hand, like, not sure how many times, like, TA is not going to be the main hookshot target. I think he'd rather catch the Centaur and the Nyx. Because those heroes are like really screwed if they're in the cogs, and they're not gonna buy 4 steps early. Yeah.
Who do you favor, like draft-wise, overall?
Well, first to talk about the lanes, I think PA is gonna have a really rough time against Clock Coral. Because, I mean, PA is just a low HP hero, just not that strong as a safe laner, unless it's like, you know, defensive tri-lane just zoning one guy. And even then, like, her damage is really low. Gonna be tanking rockets and illuminates all the time. Her HP is low. I don't think Ace is gonna have that much early farm. PA against the Seth, we mentioned, is like PA favorite, but with the souls, extra souls, it's a bit even. Centaur should have a pretty decent time against Lycan. And for me, the key thing here is that Lycan is most likely gonna be soloing. Because Bane will probably concentrate on SF. Coral was gonna be bottom of the clock, so might just leave the center to be solo. Yeah, I mean the Lycan to be solo, but we'll see. I mean Bane can move around between these lanes.
Yeah, it looks like that he is gonna try and help him up, because I feel that if they just ditch her off to solo against Sigil and a Centaur, it doesn't sound like the best start for Lycan.
Although on the other hand, you know, if Bane does go up there, I don't think they have any kill potential on Hestijo whatsoever. So he should have a pretty nice game on the Centaur. And as past this point, like moving into the mid game, Bit of a concern for C9 is that there are like two main DPSers, PA and TA. Both are quite similar in the sense that it's just physical damage for right clicks. So, for example, the Blinding Light, really effective. Eventual Bane and Thebo, really effective. Might see
This should make my life easier.
well, no good Crimson Guard heroes, so that's a plus. But yeah, like when they start stacking armor items on Vega, I might run into some damage issues.
Oh yeah, and Rise are making their way towards the bottom now, so they are gonna start with contesting Clockwork, and Coddle is actually in the top lane.
Okay, so they're not helping the. Yeah. Guess they realize it's kind of important to.
I think Seema is gonna get lifted up. He's taking a lot of damage. He is gonna walk in here now. He doesn't have any raises, but not really gonna find a kill. Baby Knight, he still has more refraction. G taking a lot of damage. They know the refraction is almost over. Baby Knight Fairy Fire.
Oh,
Not gonna go down yet.
Hesitation from both sides, like not sure. I mean, Baby Knight pops and turns, and she's like, oh wait, am I gonna die? But then he turns and then Baby Knight runs. It's a bit of back and forth, no one dies. But definitely the Howl not to be underestimated, like bonus HP and bonus damage globally for everyone, it's deal. And obviously
Mid lane is
like,
gonna stay at 2v2 for one, at least for now.
but when it comes to these like level 1 right click battles, like Bane is the god stage. Like Brain Sap, you know, 70 mana for 90 damage and 90 heal. It's can't really trade against that. And Rubik is not the greatest at it either.
He's doing his best. He's harassing Seema as much as he can, and does leave Ace alone against the clock. It still plays pretty bad in lane, but it's definitely much better than having the Coddle here too.
Yeah, but you know, Clock is actually leading him in CS quite a bit, as well as having Knight a fair bit of creeps. That's the Howl damage kicking in. So, okay.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I think Coddle disrespected the amount of damage that has to joke and just kill in a very short amount of time. Even just level 1 double edges is such an amazing spell, but now he's gonna get mana leak. He's gonna get stunned here in a second. A lot of damage coming out. They don't have another Howl though. So missing that bit of damage that they needed. Mid lane though, they're gonna find a kill maybe on Seema. He is gonna get a Brain Sap. So saving his life in the meantime. Misses uphill, one more hit. Oh my god, seriously get another miss. Okay. Rise with the Phase Bolt is gonna get the kill eventually. If he walks away there.
Yeah, but still though, looking overall at the CS board, all 3 Vega cores going far ahead. Oh, that's...
What? I looked away. What just happened?
That was just a double race. Even I overstepped. Maybe refraction was just ready yet. And
Now might be another one. That was a really good lift from Rise.
those are these kills just they really hurt. The lane is already not going so great, and now curious to see what kind of build Ace will be going for. Probably not gonna be the Desolator because TA is usually one who wants to get the Desolator. I've seen him go Manta Diffusal on PA, but that doesn't seem too great this game either. I don't know. Oh wow, he's
maybe just a bit of a tanky build. I don't know.
Dropping his Blightstone to get the CS on their tower.
Yeah, he's impressive. You know, he's doing his thing. He messed up.
I just didn't say that. Yeah,
I think.
Esther's curse. Yeah.
Okay, that's smoke down bottom there. Might guarantee them a kill onto Mag. He is doing really well in this one, so getting a kill on him is definitely going to be helpful. Question is, can they actually find it? Rise in position, Noya has his stun as well. He's only level 2 though. Oh, Mag, that was very ambitious. The follow-up repel is going to be there. He did
On
have some
Howl,
stick charges,
Fairy Fire.
and Howl, Fairy Fire, everything. Mag, he's
He has
still
Assault too.
alive. They can't really hit him. I feel like he should die there at the end. Ace is gonna find
Oh,
the
he
last
didn't
hit
pop the
on
Fairy
him.
Fire. Yeah, I was just a bit ambitious. Got a bit cocky, I guess. I mean, he was highest level in the game. I was gonna say like 4 minutes in, he's level 5. You can get a level 6 of about 6 minutes. That's so scary for the Cloud9 heroes. Like, about he's not gonna jump TA, but you know, 6 minutes in, TA doesn't even have boots. Or okay, just got him. Like that clockwork. Gonna be very scary. A little misplay, but he's still gonna get his levels really fast. And it's like Joe just retreated into the jungle. You're pretty much pre-farming at this point.
Flares here.
Can't go for another rotation. I assume that's gonna be the case. Rise and Noya trying to set up a kill anywhere else. Could be the Shadow Fiend. I feel like now he has a haste, so maybe less likely that that's gonna happen. They're setting up on Baby Knight. He has a little refraction though, and G pop his haste immediately. Oh my god, that damage! I always forget how much damage raises do, honestly. I never expected.
That's the thing though, the Bane is behind them, but even without the Bane, I actually don't think they have the damage to kill him. Cannot, oh okay. Neko goes down again. That's the vulnerable. Cena are getting what they can out of these lanes. Like, Horde was vulnerable, they killed him twice.
I mean, thanks
But
to these kills, at least they kept it pretty much even. So even though they're Mag going on the aggressive again, he has hookshot. He doesn't have mana for it. Only 3 stick charges and best position to go on Ace.
Yeah, but with the pace, the game right
Also,
now,
Neko, he is so dead. The Carapace is gonna no. Getting is not dead.
still dead, but
Oh, he
level
looked
Carapace.
very dead. They were so ready. They were pinging. They were like, "Ooh, I'm gonna Carapace this, and we're gonna Pale, and there's gonna be a follow-up stun, and he's gonna die."
okay, they're trying again.
But okay, now it's gonna happen. The Pale's gonna connect. The hook shot is although Mag splitting them up. They can't get to the Horseman, and well, Mag is gonna secure that kill on Hestijo. That was a great rotation from him.
And that's the first hook shot. I mean, it's level 6 clockwork at 6 minutes. You already, it's really hard to play against. Can't really go for any aggression near an enemy tower because he's gonna be there instantly.
Now, it is a bit scary for C9 because Meg definitely can just take over this game. Good rotation after good rotation, and saying that, Neko dropping really low, but he is gonna get away with murder again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, Bag is just staying on the top lane.
Challenge will be
Like,
up in 15 seconds, so
Here
Dire's
in the
bottom
jungle,
tower
let's
is
have
under
here in the
attack.
jungle. Yeah, after this base, like, Vega just out farming them. Ace is finally getting some space on bottom. He picked up a headdress, so probably gonna be the dominator. Nothing surprising here. Jiraiya is
the item
rotating.
not nerfed yet. My only question. Oh, Ace. They're rotating on him. Deshirai, he's a scary wolf, and the hookshot is gonna connect. That's gonna be an easy one on Ace. Nothing he can do.
That was I'm not sure why he ran to the left into the Lycan.
I don't think he knew there was liking.
Yeah, well, it's not really a move you expect. Like, on paper, how do a Lycan and a Clockwork kill a PA? That's I mean, I think Bichara just honestly wanted to go for his tower and, you know, getting a kills bonus, but they forced the
There's gonna be a lift onto G. The slow from the trap is gonna be there as well, and G's gonna get caught here.
He
I
was
think C9 are gonna react to that fast.
He was all the way under the tower. That was not the place you want to be, as I said.
Talking about a bit too far away, Hestijo. The trees, there is a Lycan on him. He's trying to reach Soneko. I don't think he's gonna find him though. And well, being blocked like that, not much that you can do.
Maybe that is catching up early. Point he went for the phase boots instead of the usual treads. So this indicates it might not be a standard treads Dazzle Blink. Might go for this build I've seen from him before, would make sense against Rook, which is early Hurricane Pike. Just have that way to get out of the more reliable way to get out of the cogs, and also like kite the Lycan just distance. Would not be bad in this game.
Time they're getting ready. The hookshot is gonna connect on poor Hestijo. He is not having a lot of fun, but in the meantime they found the kill on G, so definitely a worthy trade.
G actually picked up the Shadow Amulet. He went invisible. There was no detection on Cloud9, but Rise sniped his own rays. Taste of his own medicine. Lino goes down on top.
Radiant's top tower.
Now they want to go on Seneca. There is a Sentry ward here, so I believe Seneca has spotted both the Vendetta and Baby Knight being invisible, and he's really low. If he feels too confident, Mag is here too, and he's gonna run in. He has the dust. They're running forward. MP trying to help them out. That was a great carapace by Noya. I think that carapace just saved them.
Yeah, defensive stampede.
Slow them. So fight should be over. He is gonna get the battery assault before getting lifted up. Mag running in. Oh, the Vendetta hit those so much damage, and Rise on a killing spree. Then off with that right click. Looked a bit unimpressive, but second kill going the way of C9.
And feels a bit weird. Kind of like Vega just getting a bit cocky. I mean, try to get the kill. Okay, Stampede came out defensively. They saw that there's 3 heroes there. They could just back off and let Coddle spam the wave, and Cloud9 wouldn't get anything from that. They can't push into the blast. But then they stay and give him 2 kills.
They're giving away a lot, especially considering that they had such an amazing start in all their lanes. Everyone performing just amazingly, and now both TA and PA are really catching up. They're super close to them.
Yeah, and I mean Shadow Fiend, like we thought he was completely destroying the TA on mid. Now he actually died twice, and suddenly the worth difference is not all that big. And yeah, we're gonna Cuddle's wrong for a second because Baby Knight had a blink in his quick buy, but yeah, he has the Dragon Nest now. Looks like it will be his phase boots into Pike build.
They're gonna pick off the Rubik bottom lane, but in the mid lane, Noya stuck in the cogs. He got the fail eventually, being a bit annoying before he goes down. Oh, but now jump forward Ace. He want to get a kill here. He should get Taneko and maybe even Mag. He doesn't have batteries for extra 4 seconds, but Seema is here and he's
I didn't get Taneko. Fortunate. What kind of a nice combo. It's like sort of you don't think about it, but under pop Stampede and PA blinks on someone and she's on top of them, so the Stampede slows them a bit. And then you chain that with the dagger slow.
Now I think G, he thought they're gonna snowball, and he has that Shadow Blade.
Middle tower
Doesn't give him too much. Like, he just ran around invisible for a little bit now.
I think it's an okay choice. I mean, Shadow Blade on the set is always nice. If you don't have, like Vega don't have any other Invis heroes on their team, so no incentive for C9 to just start spamming sentries all over. You don't want to do that just for one Shadow Blade, and what that means is that it's gonna be a bit scary for PA to be like pushing out lanes, for example, because there's always that fear of his Requiem insta-give. Also, he can eventually upgrade it into Silver Edge, which is really nice against to break the PA passives. Not just that, but also like reduce overall damage output. It's clear as a defensive item in that sense. Even if a TA jumps on him, you know, he just hits her with Silver Edge, minus 50% damage, and might just let him survive.
I was very patient by Noya. He was, oh, I heard a hook shot. It did connect. He's gonna push Rise back. Rise going for the CP out though. That's not really gonna work out. It was almost good. It was fancy, but the Rubik. So it's not a huge deal, but just another kill for Vega.
He's gonna go for the Requiem. Ace is farming. He's standing still.
He's right on him.
He even walked
that's
into
gonna be
it.
a one shot.
I mean, yeah, you can't see it.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
He
that,
didn't
that's
even
why
use the Shadow Blade for it.
Radiant's top
it wasn't in his room, but okay, this is why you
No,
buy
I
the
know.
Shadow Blade, you know?
Destroying my point.
If he didn't have a Shadow Blade, he wouldn't find it in his room. Sure.
Yeah. Point. At least Noya is being a really good ward.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
Okay. That was
He's
a
gonna
nice
pay for this.
grab, but yeah, he's definitely gonna die for
Oh.
it. He's gonna get a nice impale on the 2 heroes, but Nightmare locking him in place. The raises are there, but that was totally worth it. What was on it? I did not fix my hotkey before the game.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh.
under attack.
Couldn't see
Radiant
anything.
structures are
I think it was, it was, yeah, G's Dragonlance, so just two Elven
Mid lane?
lands.
The joke completely out of mana. They're gonna lift up the Lycan, but with their follow-up, now Baby Knight's gonna go in. The Nightmare! Team,
Stolen
guys,
Owl, that's
too
huge.
good. And even gonna get the grip and maybe gonna secure a kill, but oh, they just don't have enough. That was
Stolen
such a
Owl,
lockdown
that's
and-
huge steal. That's both. It's only level 2, but it's massive,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
especially in nighttime.
Dyer's middle
And
tower
yeah,
is
Hezjo
under
also got the
attack.
kill on Dichara. Neko is really far out.
I think you wanted to say that Saneko is really dead.
Yeah, those two things are usually synonymous.
No, yeah,
and that-
almost managed to grab that kill. Their best
Dyer's middle
was
tower is under attack.
And am I seeing this right? They're going for 2 Desolators? Okay, that
that would be pretty awkward. That's right.
they're quick buys, but yeah, that's
I mean,
definitely
Baby Knight
not
could
what
have bought at least one Mithril Hammer, and well, I guess that's true for Ace too. Maybe they're just arguing who's gonna be the vessel
This
carrier.
should make my life easier.
Yeah. Yeah, a case could be made for both.
I really like
But at
the
this
PA
stage-
one. I have to say.
I would say it's who gets it first is the bigger deal right now, and Vega is closer, so yeah, he already bought one of the hammers. He needs only like he only needs 400 for the next, so he pretty much has it, like one more wave. So yeah, I think getting it faster is the bigger deal here. As for Ace, I'm not sure what he can go for really. Even just a basher, nah.
Do you think he needs to
They-
go for damage or?
It's actually it's a tough call. Like they have a lot of stuns already, so basher doesn't really make sense. Went for the damage tenant over the health, which is also a little bit surprising. So I guess he's gonna play more of a backlining role, kind of like just spamming daggers. Hookshot up.
Yeah, they were ready. He's running around with that Shadow Blade, but they are gonna walk into the workspace. And Cloud9, they can't come over here and definitely try to contest it. They have them beat up, but even a
So
TP almost off cooldown. I don't think they're gonna get here though.
Both teams get there so quickly, and
The shard has fallen to the side.
no, honestly, puzzle. I'm not sure what Ace is gonna go for. Baby Knight already picked up his Dezo. Could just be a BKB rush, I guess. There's a lot of
That
physical,
sounds-
but
Radiant's
a bit of nukes too
middle
on
tower has fallen.
Vega.
I don't know. I'm hoping that he's gonna go for something more fun than a first item BKB.
There's the Silver Edge, picked up Baby Knight. Okay, it's gonna be the Manta.
I guess
Is that
that's
more-
the Fusel Manta. It's not amazing here, but
I don't think he's gonna follow up with a Diffusal though. That would be kind of weird. There's literally nothing to purge. I mean, eventual Ghost Scepters maybe, but
Dyer's middle tower
wouldn't
is
really
under
make sense
attack.
for, yeah. Yeah, in other news, Soneko only missing about 1.5k for his Aghanis.
Radiant's bottom tower
Quite a big
is
deal.
under attack.
Saneko is just playing super aggressive, running forward. Geek is a bit caught in the back line, so he has that Aegis, but they're not really finding anything yet. Hezjo gonna get the stun onto 2. He's completely out of mana. There's not gonna be another stun, but G just might lose his Aegis for nothing. Just kidding though. Gonna go for the Requiem. He's gonna get the kill on Hesta Joe. That's the only thing they lost so far. Mega's gonna find Ace on the back, and that's gonna be the second kill. This Sherrod grabbing that double. G not even losing his Aegis at the end.
Yeah. I mean, this is where the Aegis just...
Radiant's
It
bottom
lets G
tower
just
is
man
under
up and
attack.
run in.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It looked like they had a chance of maybe getting the Aegis at least, and then would have been worth it if it didn't lose Ace, but
I mean,
don't even have damage.
as the centaur, like the moment you blink into those heroes on a guy with Aegis, like you're ended. And whether that's worth it, even if you get the Aegis, it's debatable. But and look at this. 5/4 of sentries here around the Roche pit, just annoying in
Making sure they can't
range
do
of all
anything
three of them.
sneaky. At least it was pretty.
Very nice coverage though, at least with the river.
The Manta is not yet up Ace. How anything else? Baby Knight, he has his Blink 20 if you want to buy it. That might help them a little bit, just get him more mobile. Last fight he couldn't do anything. Oh, he gets a close shot. That technical right is here though. They're not gonna toss Mag out. SMP, they're still not quite running away. Hesta Joe, he has that mana leak on him, so there's no way to run from that one. Rise trying to go for the TP out, not gonna be successful as well.
And that's the thing, like the way Cloud9 want to take fights, the deal is someone down, like to get a quick kill, because there aren't that many defensive spells on Vega. Like there's the Blinding Light, the Sleep, they're like okay, or burst potential on Cloud9, but the thing is, if the fight goes wrong,
Radiant's top tower is
basically impossible for Cloud9 to disengage. Here, I mean, okay, off the mark. But between the Clockwork and the mana leaks and the Bane spells, so hard. And so Neko's Axe is flying out 2 minutes until day. Imagine Vega just gonna chill out a bit, maybe, you know, pressure the tier 2 mid a little, but more or less just control jungle, wait for daytime, and then when they have that Coral Vision, it's easy for them.
They're hiding, hook shot. I heard it and I saw it miss.
Maybe I did pick up the big in the end. No Orb of Venom on Mag, but at the point I think they have enough damage instances to...
Yeah, I think the
break
Orb
that
of Venom
reflection.
is not a thing anymore.
Falls. We see Hesta Joe did put the axe in a quick buy, but 22 minutes in, doesn't even have one component. It's definitely not going to be coming out anytime soon. And you know, as a center, ideally you want to be a little bit more farm than this.
It's a pretty hard game. It's what you said. The clock just making his life pretty miserable. And well, now G, I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, this is where like maybe nice TA
middle tower is
quite
under
farmed.
attack.
He's actually ahead of Uchiha. He's almost keeping up with the G, but you know, the hero only does so much against this many summons and like, missed chances and all these like annoying little spells that he has
Radiant's
to deal
bottom
with.
tower is under attack.
And then in general, like the SF and the like can just be so tanky.
Yeah, it's not like he can jump in, kill a hero, and get away. I feel like that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah. And the mana leak is actually very strong against both TA and PA. The moment they run out of mana, they basically become creeps.
Now after seeing Ace, he has the money for the Manta. I think he's maybe saving up for a buyback.
So at least he has a way to deal with the...
I'm starting to like your BKB rush idea. Okay, Manta is up.
Yeah, here's the thing,
Can't
like
fight.
Mag has a blade mail now. Gonna swap it in from his backpack, and now this Clockwork is gonna hook into the fight. Can't really hit him because he has blade mail up. Bane and Coral sitting in the back, can't really reach them. If you do, you know, you get like murdered or blinding lighted or whatever.
This should make my
Then
life
there's this, you know, 0.2k SF combined with BKB using Requiem, reducing damage further. There's a Lycan of Vlads, like auras, the Coral heal, everything. There we go. Daytime hits, they smoke up. Gain rune on the Seth even.
Sounds
They
like
hit all their
there's no
targets.
hope.
Well, we'll see. Like, Cloud9 are pretty good at taking fights even when they're behind, as we saw last game. SF even hits his level 20 big power spike and gets the damage down.
Alright, Mag actually caught him. The clock is gonna push him back. At least enable that kill. Support, but...
On the bright side, this hook shot is on cooldown, huh?
And he doesn't have Axe, so that's not gonna be up for the next fight, but this high ground push is happening.
Radiant structures are
Baby Knife taking tons of damage, he's losing all his mana, there is a shrine there, so that's gonna help him at least heal up for the meantime, but G's just pounding into this tower. Almost down, it's gonna go down eventually. Ditchera, they wanna go back in. The right decision, Ditchera. He just turned into a wolf and I think they're gonna retreat now.
It's the intimidation shift.
Oh, he wanted to go in, come on.
Just poked them, yeah.
Team was like, nope, don't do it. Not doing it. But they're gonna get a shrine since they got that tier 3 tower. They can't get the other one. And Roach is also gonna be up fairly soon.
But he went for the... I'm actually not familiar with Lycan talents. He went for respawn time over the string. It's a bit interesting, like generally as a carry, you're not really planning on dying. But I guess the process is that first of their head, so it doesn't really need extra strength, and you know they're like controlling the map, so maybe he has like some sacrificial death on the enemy side, he respawns quickly and Coral can recall him back into the fight. Maybe that's the idea.
Not gonna be that quick. It's 25 seconds.
Yeah, it's not.
Jackpot.
The next one is also quite interesting, like cooldown reduction on our evasion. Both seem really good this game.
I think last time he went for cooldown reduction and then he bought an Octarine and then he's basically a thermal wolf.
There it goes.
Yeah, I guess that's the... Not sure we'll get to the Octarine stage. I mean, cooldown reduction is always solid, but against the PATA, you know, you might want that evasion. But then again, yeah,
There's gonna be a butterfly on G.
G is going for butterfly, yeah, so you don't want to take the evasion, because it's like, we'll get countered eventually by some items. MKB or Bloodthorn. And Ace is now going for Basher. I mean, Basher is not a... It's never a bad item on PA. I think it's gonna do enough this game.
And Joe, oh, we got the blink. Okay, he's stunned in the trees. This is
And he has
space.
no mana.
Ah, but this is 4 heroes. That is a lot of space.
What?
Is he gonna live?
Okay.
Oh my god, they know where he is. G? Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I don't know if that was like a taunting hook shot.
VM
or
hook shot,
something.
right? Hook shot.
But I think he needed to do like the robot dance thingy after.
dire structures are fortified.
Just for like, you know, for the
Oh,
taunt.
sure, like, walked up them and then missed it.
Oh god, that was okay. But Hesta's dead. They worked hard for it, but now they're in a great position to just keep on going with the push bottom. He doesn't have a buyback. He's gonna be up very quickly. What level? Oh, he's level 13. Basher paying off, by the way. Just wanna point that out.
Okay, SF gets recalled somewhere.
Wanna get Roche.
Yeah, they're playing the Roche, okay. Playing it safe, fair enough. Taking the shrine, so there's no way for Jack. But TPing, but Cloud9 do read the situation, so they all smoke up. And
Can they
looks
take
like
this fight though?
questions more about they
Okay, he's gonna tank the smoke for now. Can they burst him? He's actually taking so much damage. The Nightmare Steam
Nightmare's
saving
there,
him,
but
but he is gonna go down eventually. And now Ace on the backline, he should get a kill here on the Bane, but he is just so tanky. And in the meantime, they're losing their Hesta Joe. Baby Knight in a lot of troubles as well. He used his BKB refraction, not yet up, but the blink is. So they got 2 for 2 for now. Really not a bad trade for Cloud9. Now we're gonna get a third. Next should drop here in just about a second. Ace is completely out of mana. And oh god, can you stop scaring me? They're just running back in from all directions.
I love this play by Cloud9. I mean, it doesn't look too amazing because they did lose 3 heroes, but still, like, killing the Shadow King there, it's a kill that they can't really get in any other scenario and falls down the timings. It's just a play you have to make, and pretty nice to see it actually work out. A bit really forced by G to be farming Asians there, but
they didn't think that they're gonna react.
but if click on his clockwork is actually disgusting. He has the armor talent, he has a blade now, he has a solar crest, but he's not gonna die. 28 armor plus evasion. And the issue with this PA is that damage is simply not there. That's why I was not too excited about the Basher, because it only gives you 10 damage. It's going like Mantle also gives you 26 damage speed, not great.
So they're planning on running in. G is in a good position though for that Requiem. He doesn't have a lot of souls, it looks like, but Ace, he's getting destroyed. He's gonna get the Blink Away Rise with the counter Requiem. Maybe he can even run not run away. They only lost 2. It's not as bad as I thought it's gonna be, but if they lose Baby Knight here, that is gonna be pretty bad. But looks like they are gonna go for the objective gaming and just go back to their what? Was that high plays on the wolf?
On the Necro. He just wanted to get the Necro bounty on it. Sweet plus 200 gold. Dima just stepped in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't think Vega are gonna lose any sleep over that though. SF gets recalled. Testajo is like, oh, they were just roshing, I can push this out, but
no.
So the recall kicks in and suddenly Battlefield is there.
That's a dieback, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, he didn't buy back. Oh, mind. He doesn't have the money.
But he doesn't have the money, so at least one side.
And he's building Ace, jumping forward. He want to get the kill. He is going to get the kill on the bottle, so that is a start, but they are losing their base. Ace jumping forward again. Bitter Eyes going to turn into a wolf though, and now Mag jumping into their base. But Baby Knight, he's not that scared from that blade mill, so he is going to hit into him, taking a lot of damage. They're still going to be able to finish the rack down. Can they get anyone before dying? Noya almost going down. Baby Knight, he might take this right here, and he is gonna get him. G left alone here. He does have the Aegis. The misses are playing to his advantage. Seema is here. He has that grip. He's gonna grab the TA, and that's gonna be the end of Baby Knight. G running back into the fight. Noya, despite Carapace, they should get the Aegis. Ace is super low, and Baby Knight is dead. I don't think they can get anything more out of it. Maybe losing Hestajo.
Yeah, Cloud9 are doing what they can, but it's pretty hard at this point. Hero's almost stopped. There's a respawn talent kicking in. He will get recalled.
Rise? Okay, he tried his best to do something. Now the Requiem again, Ace trying to dodge it with a Manta, not gonna be successful. Meantime, Baby Knight getting bashed down, and that's a dieback. He doesn't have a buyback, and he is gone for 90 seconds. They're in their base. They're about to be in their fountain. Oh, it's not. Please. Ace is mad. Ace is like, you're not diving my fountain. You want to at least get Senego, but he is missing. He has another dagger. He's gonna fight the kill on the support. They don't really have a base anymore.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ace is trying to get a crit. They're gonna get Seema, 1 kill. They're almost megas. There's 1 rack left. The G is going for it. Taking a lot of damage though. He is gonna get bashed up now. Doesn't have the Requiem. He doesn't have a lot of mana. Another Basher is gonna come out. What did you say about that Basher? Triple kill for Ace. They still have 1 rack alive, so maybe this is a comeback for C9. Mag, another hook shot. He is gonna get Hisaneko and get recalled to about 100 units away. Oh,
yeah, I can't blame C9. Still playing. Imagine Vega a bit annoyed. Feel like it was over. G, the gamer, he went for the last Ranger X. Finished. Dichira kind of just watched him die.
The wolves are about to kill it.
Okay.
They're gonna get megas.
Alright, that's good.
I guess that is something. Wolves are just going ham on their base.
Dire's
To be
middle
fair, it's a range
tower is
Rex.
under attack.
That's for shit. And only 5 armor. Close to the melee's 15. Maybe the range was
Dire's
15.
middle tower has fallen.
But yeah, it's Vega creeps. No good way to deal with them.
Ace is getting gone on mid lane. Seema not even taking that much damage. Ace in a lot of trouble. He's gonna try to juke them, but no BKB. The hook shot is missing. I guess this is space created. They're trying to help him get out of this scenario, but with the mana leak stunning him up. Oh, buyback as well. He bought back last fight.
It's actually quite sad. With the level 4 enfeeble, and he only hits for about 100 damage. Not where you want to be as a PA.
Oh my.
That was a dayless crit.
That, yeah. I was like, he's about to DP out, you know, that's gonna be fine.
Oh, the Requiem. Celebration Requiem.
And, okay, that
Actually did
doesn't look
no
that
dash.
impressive. I expected more too, but at this point it looks like they're playing with their food. And C9, they're, okay, now they're gonna call it GG. He didn't have buybacks on anyone, so it didn't look like they're gonna be able to do that much
Middle
here.
tower has fallen. Dire victory.
That was very well played by Vega, I have to say.
Yeah. Vega looked like, in a way, more solid team overall. Maybe. I mean, I like Cloud9's strategies, but it did feel like, especially in the first game that they won, it was largely about the unusual draft and catching Vega off guard. Once Vega kind of, you know, started thinking more what they want to do and not caring that much about C9's like unusual plans. Yeah, Vega just